It's a beautiful day in Chattanooga for now. It's supposed to be raining actually a little bit in possibly a few hours. The sun was peeking out, then it got covered up again, then it was peeking out again, but I call it a nice day because I like rainy days. This is Nooga Radio, AM 1240, 92.7 FM. We are honored to be joined today by, and you're going to have to educate me, is it Jurgen or Jurgen?
It's actually Jurgen Moots.
Jurgen Moots.
Jurgen Moots.
I might be the only person in the South that gets that right.
Everybody says Jurgen, though.
I hear that, and I hear people meet you, and they say, oh, hey, Jurgen. I'm like, man, it's a Y sound. Come on.
Everybody calls me Jurgen.
Oh, well, that's what you got to deal with down here.
Yeah.
So you are, now what do you do at Trade Bank? You're the owner of Trade Bank Chattanooga, correct?
I own the franchise.
You own the franchise.
Right, for this area here. It's 20-some counties.
And what Trade Bank does is it connects different businesses together, am I right?
We bring companies together to trade goods and services with a purpose of helping them save cash and also get new business through our system.
So it's customers. Sort of a interconnectivity for different businesses to reach out to each other. And we've used it to great advantage here at the radio station. We are members. And I think that there's a lot of benefit. I know there's a lot of benefit to joining Trade Bank as a small business or even as a bigger business too. So what kind of benefit does Trade Bank bring to someone who might be considering it?
Well, the number one benefit is new customers. We promote you basically 4 ways. We list you on tradebank.com as a member. You get your own webpage. We have a 4-color directory that you will have an ad in. We email every other day to all the other members. So we promote you to the other members and vice versa. And then the fourth thing we do is we either put in a flyer or a postcard, and we do a lot of mailings, and that promotional material will go in those envelopes.
I'm holding in my hands right now a center stapled pamphlet, I guess you call it. This is the directory for Trade Bank.
That's the printed directory. We also have, of course, the online directory, which is more accurate.
More accurate.
Well, I mean, it's up to the second.
Gotcha. And there are a lot of businesses in here, and you're adding new ones, as you say, quite a few new ones just recently.
Right. We have close to 400 members in the Chattanooga area, and of course, about 10,000 in the Southeast.
So what do you do once you've joined Trade Bank? I understand the connectivity aspect of it. We can connect businesses together. They get more clients. But what other benefits are entailed in the whole Trade Bank?
Well, once you become a member, we do those 4 things I just mentioned. We list you on tradebank.com. You get your own webpage.
Right.
We create an ad, or you can give us an ad, and we put it in the directory. We instantly, within a day, we email all the members, letting them know that you're a member and what services you will be providing on trade. And then as time goes by, of course, we start mailing out your information. And
that's the key thing that we've used a lot of, I think, is the idea of the trade. That's the key part of the trade bank. So the trade is really interesting to me. Explain the trade system for the listener.
Well, it's not a one-on-one trade. The old way to trade is you have a boat, I got a car, let's switch.
Right.
Nobody to mediate it. And a lot of people really lose whatever they had available for trade. With that doesn't come into play because you don't trade one-on-one. You trade with everybody at the same time. Basically, what happens is once you become a member, we issue a debit card, a Trade Bank debit card, and all the products you sell, we promote you, and all the products you sell, the dollars go into that card. And then if you need some services, instead of paying cash for those services, you just present your debit card.
Okay, that makes it 100 times easier than than just going one-on-one to trade with somebody, because who knows, you might get ripped off. With this, there's assurance that you won't.
And the one-on-one really doesn't work because it's so hard to find the things that you need.
Yeah.
If you're driving down the street, you're a member, and your transmission goes out, you don't have to call everybody and see if they want to trade a transmission job with you. We have it available. You open our book. There's 4 transmission places, and you just take your car over there and gets fixed on trade.
And we've had some pretty catastrophic issues in the past before. We've called your office, and you fixed us up in less than a day in a lot of cases, and it's really been really amazing.
Right. Well, we have a trade broker at the office, and they help you, and of course other brokers in other cities, and that's all they do is just help customers and put deals together.
One thing that I really love that I think is way cool about what you do with Trade Bank is you actually do trades sometimes with hotels, and that way if I want to stay somewhere, I can actually get there and stay there through Trade Bank.
Right. Of course, every city has Trade Bank hotel members, and all we do is we just request a travel request and book your reservation in most cities.
How many?
Especially in the Southeast.
Really? So you focus mostly in the Southeast?
Trade Bank is international. We're in Europe, Eastern Europe. We are in Canada. Canada is really big.
Interesting.
It's actually bigger than the United States. And then
I would not have guessed that.
And then, of course, the United States is very heavy in the Southeast, but we have, Denver and going towards the West Coast.
Interesting. So how many locations do you know of in America at the moment?
Well, they have 37 franchisees. Of course, like my franchise is 20-some counties, primarily Cleveland, Dalton, and Chattanooga. So they cover several cities.
Wow, that's quite a few. So you're not covering just Chattanooga. You're covering more of a region.
Right.
Is it broken down that way into different regions, or is it more of a
it's all regions. My region is halfway to all the surrounding big cities: Atlanta, Nashville, Knoxville, Birmingham, and so on.
So, what got you into Trade Bank? What made that opportunity arise for you?
I used to be a Trade Bank member years back. I used to own a lot of restaurants or be part owners involved with other restaurants, and they were all trading through Trade Bank. And the opportunity came up to take over the franchise. It was available. And I was paying some fees. And, of course, I thought if I buy this franchise, I don't have to pay all those fees.
That's the smart way to do it.
So I bought it, and I was working it part-time initially because I still had those restaurants. But now I do it full-time. I sold all my restaurant interests, and I work in Trade Bank full-time since 2000.
2000?
Yes.
You realize that's almost 18 years now.
Yeah, I've been a little bit over it, almost 19 years now with Trade Bank.
Wow. That's an insane amount of time.
Yes.
I didn't realize it had been around that long. I thought it was more of a recenter than that, more recent development.
Well, Trade Bank is 34 years old.
Seriously?
And they changed their name about 30 years ago to Trade Bank, and they start franchising it. And, of course, some parts of the country took off and very active in some places.
And the economy has changed quite a bit from the 1980s to now. And I can see Trade Bank has been evolving to shift along with that, with your online presence and so on and so forth. But what about moving forward? Because things are going to change again moving forward. What does Trade Bank have in its future? Do you know?
Well, of course, they're trying to grow, and they're adding franchisees all the time. It's kind of funny. If the economy is real good or real bad, it's not that good for Trade Bank. If it's kind of middle of the road and people can afford to trade, then there's a lot of trade going on.
Times are great. They say, I don't need these trade dollars. Times are bad. They say, I can't afford these trade dollars.
That's right.
The times are middle of the road, just perfect for you.
Right.
And you offer an amazing, crazy array of different services. So do a little bit of promotion for yourself and your clients. What kind of services do different clients offer?
Well, primarily in the directory, most of the services available, they're services, not merchandise. Mm-hmm. We got everything from a window cleaner to legal services.
So I can get a lawyer on retainer with trade dollars.
Right.
Wow.
There is, a lot of different categories in that booklet there. We do trade merchandise too, anything from a little gadget to a house. We have traded all those things. We sell cars, used cars on trade, land, and just small little things that people need. A lot of gift certificates. Our biggest category is advertising. We have a lot of radio stations.
You're speaking my language now.
Yes. Coupon books, magazines. Social media is probably the biggest right now. A lot of people are requesting that type of service.
The social media doesn't normally cost any money. What kind of trade do you do?
Well, people that will take over your account and help you with your Facebook and tweeting and write articles about your business and
social media marketing and all that kind of deal. Okay, that's a huge, huge market right now. We're trying to get into that ourselves. It's difficult. There's a lot of different. It's a minutia. It's a system.
Right. So we have several companies that do that provide that service,
and we've benefited from that too. We've gotten a lot of really excellent clients through Trade Bank where people have wanted to advertise with us, and obviously we're more than happy to provide advertising for your clients. I think it's really an amazing system.
We have something like 12 radio stations that are part of it.
Are there 12 radio stations in the Chattanooga area?
Well, we have.
I thought there's only one.
No. We have tons of stations.
Well, that's good news. Any recent developments in Trade Bank? I was talking to my boss just a few minutes ago, who's hopefully going to be here in a few minutes, actually, and he was telling me about something new coming to Trade Bank. Is he pulling my leg, or is there something new coming to Trade Bank?
Well, they have They have a lot of new promotional materials. We have a new president, and that's a lady. She's very aggressive, and
that's good.
She rewards people a lot for, of course, doing a good job. But she's really working hard on social marketing. And we have this card, this $200 travel card that saves you $200 worth of hotel room expenses.
I actually happen to have one of those.
And if you call us and want information and you meet with us, we will give you that card at no charge. You don't have to sign up, or there's no commitment on your side. Just we give you that card.
No, you can't just say these things. There must be something going on.
Well, I mean, our goal, of course, is to tell you about Trade Bank and create enough interest so that you'll be part of our system.
So you're trying to evangelize, but but the added benefit is the caller gets a free card.
Yes.
So $200 for next to no effort on their part.
Right. So all they have to do is call us. 423-877-2202 is the Chattanooga number. And we can meet with you or send you some information.
Now, in order to receive the card, do they have to go into the office and get it?
No, preferably I could just meet him somewhere and tell him about Trade Bank and give him a directory and give him the card.
So the man himself will come.
That's right.
Give me that number again to get that card.
It's 423-877-2202.
I want to promote that pretty heavily on the radio station too, because that's a crazily good deal. Getting a $200 worth of travel for just calling a phone number and meeting with somebody is a little bit nuts. I hope you understand.
Right. We have tons of them to hand out.
So what kind of travel card is it? You say $200 towards travel to a place you want to go. Is there a limit or restriction on that?
Well, it's worth $200, and when you go to that website, it tells you through their system how much they would charge, and that difference between the average, like Chivago and some of these other ones, that difference is subtracted from the $200. So you get in the lowest price.
Yeah.
Plus, the difference is, of course, taken off that card.
So you're already getting a really low price. In addition to that, you're also getting $200 taken off of that price.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
So what kind of locations can we travel to, just as an example?
It's anywhere.
Anywhere?
Actually, anywhere. Every hotel in the country.
In the country?
Yes.
So not international travel, but within the United States?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's something that perhaps should be made clear, because I had visions of beaches in Tahiti and Mai Tais in my mind.
Well, I haven't really searched for that. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think it's just the United States.
Okay. Well, that's still a pretty good deal. You could spend a week in California for a lot less than you'd normally spend.
Sure.
Travel is getting cheaper and cheaper, but for a lot of us, it's not exactly affordable. So give me that number again one more time for
it's 423-877-2202.
You're a numbers guy. What's the number to get in contact with Trade Bank itself?
The 1-800 number is 1-888-568-5680 is the corporate number.
And that's just to get in contact with the corporation, and hopefully they'll funnel us down to you.
Of course, you can go to tradebank.com, and there's a lot of information on tradebank.com. You can't log in and see every member in the whole country, but it tells you a lot of information about where we're located and the benefits of Trade Bank and how it works and that type of thing.
And I've been to the Trade Bank building here in Hickson quite a few times myself, visiting with the boss and just visiting to visit. And I've noticed you got a lot of stuff in that's your showroom, right?
Right.
You've got a lot of stuff there too.
Well, members have merchandise they want to sell, and we allow them to bring some of that, have a display there. Merchandise. It's not our merchandise, it's the members' merchandise. We facilitate the transaction and have the items there ready for them to pick up.
So hence the showroom part. It's not your stuff. You're showing the stuff that's in the room.
And we sell a lot of gift certificates out there too. Massage, restaurants, those type of things. A lot of gifty items.
One thing I'm thinking of is Father's Day is coming up here pretty quickly. Sunday, in fact. I hope you haven't forgotten. Father's Day is coming up here pretty quickly. So for you listening, Trade Bank might be a pretty good opportunity, especially if you're a business person already involved in the system, maybe you haven't even thought about it, or you want to get involved. Father's Day is coming up, and I'm sure one of those gift certificates would be good for that.
Right. Good massage or different things like that. Restaurants. We are selling this grooming kit right now.
Hey, there you go.
A really neat little box there with different tools there.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. What kind of grooming kit is it? Is it a unisex? Or is it exactly for men, or is it a?
No, well, it looks like just for men, really.
You haven't picked through it yet.
Well, it has a lot of parts to it, and course, you got a shaver and, some other little tools.
Excellent. But, I was actually just thinking the $200 travel card might not be bad for Dad this weekend.
That would be good too.
Hey,
yeah. At no cost.
go back to your hometown or something for next time. I don't think my dad would want to go back to Shreveport. Maybe somewhere else. So give me again that number to get that card, by the way, in case someone just flipped on their radio and they're driving down the street. And hopefully 75 is not blocked off right now, but they just driven down the street. They turn on the radio and they're saying, hey, what's this about travel? What's the number for that?
It's 423-877-2202.
We're talking to Jurgen Moots. That's Jurgen with the Y sound, not with the J sound. I know it's a difficult thing for us to pick up on, not being used to J's making sounds other than J. But Jurgen Moots we're talking to. He is the owner of the local trade bank franchise covering the greater Chattanooga metropolitan area and Cleveland too, right? You said?
Most of the members are mostly in Chattanooga and Cleveland. Yes.
Okay. So does that extend down the state line into Ringgold, or is it strictly in Tennessee?
No, actually, I have more counties in Georgia than I do in Tennessee.
No kidding.
I have 10 counties in Georgia.
Hey, represent. So yeah. Catoosa County, I hope, is part of
that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. A lot of great businesses in Ringgold. And during the tornado that came through back in 2011, I know a lot of them got pretty messed up, and a lot of them are trying to rebuild. And if you're part of that, this is a good opportunity for that, because you might be saying, things just haven't been the same since the tornadoes. I'm trying to rebuild, trying to get better. Trade Bank is a good opportunity for that. Get yourself out there, get yourself marketed.
And we helped a lot of people at the time of that tornado with overnight accommodations and some food and so on.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Very, very charitable of you.
Yes.
And I'm looking through the Trade Bank directory here, and the list of clients is mind-boggling. There's thrift store. I've actually been to this thrift store too. Transmissions, siding. You can get siding, for heaven's sake, on Trade Bank. Signs, if you need signage, skincare. You can even get stonework, masonry work done, real estate. Now, you're not telling me you can sell houses on Trade Bank.
Well, we have several services in the real estate. We do have the broker and the realtor. We also have surveyor and, of course, attorneys to close the deal up. Inspector. Those kind of things.
Excellent. So if I need my house to get inspected, forgot to factor that in my expenses. Right. I can get that done over Trade Bank.
But you can save several $1,000s if you're selling a house or buying a house through trade.
Something that I noticed here is kind of interesting in your Trade Bank directory here. 18% minimum is policy for tipping at restaurants. I think that's a really good policy.
Yeah, we pushed that real hard because we want the servers in that restaurant, of course, to be happy with Trade Bank.
Right. You don't want to say, those Trade Bank guys are cheapskates.
And on the very front page here, we have all the new people. As we list them, as we sign them up.
Oh, excellent.
They go here, and then, of course, they scroll down. And those are in the last 10, 15 days we signed up.
And I believe we are somewhere in this massive book of businesses as well.
You should be under advertising. It should be right here under radio.
Hey, what do you know? There we are. WSDT. Hey, what do you know? So we are in fact listed here on the book.
And also, I think you have an ad in the back too. So
do we?
I'm not very back, but in here somewhere it should be.
We're flipping through the pages to see all the different ads in the directory. And I'm sure that there's so many different ads in here. My goodness. There we are. This is our advertisement in our Trade Bank directory. So pick up a Trade Bank directory, I would recommend.
Yes.
Flip through the book. Find us. We are in there. And maybe give us a call when we're on the air at some time. That's 423-800-8949. And Jurgen, you have to tell me. What radio station do you listen to?
Hot News Radio.
There we go. We've really kicked it up, by the way, with our radio station. We're doing morning news. We're doing minute news. We've got lots of great programs. In fact, coming up at 2 o'clock, is Cindy Deering talking about outdoors, Chattanooga Outdoors. She's going to be talking to some actually good friends of mine about paddles, about paddle boarding, something that I wish I had done, but I feel like I'm way too weak to do. So be sure to listen to her at 2 o'clock here on Nooga Radio. So I noticed you have something in here that's a little bit similar to that, cycle boats. What's a cycle boat? What does that do? It's
a boat that's downtown, the riverfront. I think it holds 19 people. And normally what they do is you paddle on the boat. It's kind of designed for that.
Yeah.
And most of the time what they do is they paddle upstream towards the boathouse, let everybody out, use the restroom, and have a drink maybe.
Yeah.
then they just basically float back. It does have solar panels. The whole roof is solar panels.
Really?
And it, of course, it makes the engine work.
I noticed
coming back.
Yeah, pedal boat with solar engine backup, cruise the Tennessee River. That is too cool, man.
Yeah.
I like how you have an encyclopedic knowledge of every business. I can ask you about anything that's in this directory, and you'll somehow have an answer for what they do.
Of course, I spend some time with a member, when they sign up and afterwards.
I should hope so. Lawn care is in here. Outdoor advertising, if you want to get yourself advertised. Electrical services. So explain I see on this directory, there's something that says 100% trade dollars. What does that mean there?
Because you can see the majority of the members have that little 100% logo on it.
Right.
All those members trade 100%. Everything they sell in their business, they trade it 100%. We do have some people that are allowed to ask for some cash, and it's normally like a heating and air company.
Yeah.
Where they are installing a new air conditioner. Of course, they couldn't trade that because they had to pay a lot of money for that air conditioner.
Right.
But the installation, all the work around that to make it work is all traded.
So they do what they can, is what you're saying.
Well, the companies that normally in the cash world divide their bill into parts and labor, those are the ones that we let them ask for some cash.
And you have a lot of experience with the business sector yourself. You didn't just jump headfirst into Trade Bank. You already have quite a lot of business experience before you got into it yourself.
Right.
Give me a little. I've always been curious about this. Give me a little bit of your background. How are you here, Jürgen?
When I was 16, my parents at the time were in Venezuela. My dad used to be a brewery for a German company.
Oh, excellent.
And he was based in Venezuela. And of course, he didn't want me to go to college there, so he sent me to the United States. I picked LSU. They had a foreign student program. I graduated in electrical engineering and industrial management, and had several jobs at the beginning, but eventually I ended up in the food business and worked for several large companies. I worked a lot in airports, concessions in airports. And then in 85, tried to do my own thing and got out of the corporate rat race, and I purchased part of a loft.
Part of a loft?
It used to be downtown. In fact, the building was just torn down last week.
Oh, that's too bad. What an odd coincidence.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing the surprise on the foreign exchange student guy's face when he hears we got a student coming from Venezuela, and in comes you through the door.
Yeah, a lot of people get confused about that. But I'm German, and I went to a German grade school, a Spanish high school, and of course came to college here.
So you speak 3 languages?
Yes.
3 languages fluently. There's not any more you're hiding from me, are there?
Well, I learned Cajun in Baton Rouge before I learned English.
Oh, really? That'll mess you up.
When I left Baton Rouge, I was really surprised. I was not good at English. So.
It's almost an entirely different country down in Baton Rouge.
It's different, yes.
Well, Jürgen Mutz, thank you for joining me here at Nooga Radio, and I hope someone out there hears this and says, hey, Trade Bank is good for me. This is Nooga Radio, AM 1240, 92.7 FM. Give me that phone number again real quick. 423-877-2202. This is Nooga Radio, AM 1240 and 92.7 FM. At 2 o'clock, we've got Cindy. She's going to be talking about Nooga Outdoors with some paddle boarders. We're going to talk more with Jürgen in just a few minutes here on Nooga Radio, AM 1240, 92.7 FM, the home of Sean Hannity every weekday from 3 to 6.
The Tennessee Valley's news, talk, and sports leader. Nooga Radio, AM 1240 and 92.7 FM.
Need windows? Hey folks, do you need new windows? Good news. Window Depot of Chattanooga has a great special going on right now. 10 high-quality, energy-efficient double-hung vinyl windows installed for only $29.90. That's right, 10 double-hung vinyl windows, only $2,990. And yes, they qualify for the TVA rebates. Call 894-0011. Window Depot of Chattanooga today, located at 5950 Shalford Road. Call 894-0011 today.
He stole out so much cash, such a huge mountain of cash, that he's become a national star. Rick Davis. You know the story. Cash, 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 and more cash. People can't believe it. They want to see it. And now Rick Davis has a new TV show. National TV, USA and Canada. He's got the gold and silver, diamonds and rings. You get dizzy just thinking about it. Rick's selling. Rick's buying. Cash, 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 and more cash. And now a mountain of cash catching the Hollywood spotlight. You know where it is. Brainerd Road. Rick Davis, Gold and Diamonds. Cash, 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 and national TV cash. That's really big. Everyone wants to see it. Money flying out the door. Rick Davis is America's jeweler. It's better than Hollywood. It's right here. Cash, 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 and more cash. Rick Davis, Gold.